Firstly, you missed last year's Six Nations. How excited are you to be back?
Yeah, it's great to be back. I love the Six Nations. I try to describe it to colleagues, friends, etc. Like it's cup final week every weekend, and it's even more so than that because of the history and the tradition and of the countries coming together. And I love the fact the ebbs and flows of what happens. Everyone's got a thought in the head of who's favourites and who's going for a Grand Slam and all that. And over the course of a tournament, it always shifts and changes, and that's how a competition should be. Yeah, delighted to be back in the Six Nations, and not just that, it kicks us all on, doesn't it, to Easter, and summer's not far off after that, so it's a great time for everyone.
37 players picked, 3 debutants, Edwin Adogbu, Nathan Doak, and just in Billy Bowen.
Yeah.
Why is the time for these guys now?
I mean, obviously, the obvious thing to say there, as far as the Lucid situation there for Billy, is that you would think that that's come a little bit sooner than what he probably would have expected. But at the same time, what a talent! I mean, he's playing unbelievably well. I would have thought that the Connacht game against Leinster, the opening of the new stand, was one of the biggest games in their history. He's the starting Lucid prop to play in that type of game, so it shows what he means to them. I know how he's a student of the game, and I know the potential of the kick going forward is huge. So let's take advantage of this opportunity, and let's see where we can go with it. Edwin is someone that we've obviously looked at for quite some time. There's been a bit of stop-start stuff there in regards to injuries, and it's the same for a few, but I mean, we can see the impact that he's had, certainly when he's been coming off the bench, of how powerful and dynamic he is. So it's super exciting to get to work with him. And Doak, he's been in camp before with us. He's very of the mindset that he's desperate to play for Ireland, and with the form that he's shown for club, and he seems to be in a very good place, and he's certainly earned the right to be in camp. And with all these 3 guys, we're hoping that they can come into camp and not just find the way, making sure that they being themselves as soon as they possibly can, so we can get on with of improving them and also improving ourselves as a team.
At the other end of the spectrum, you pick senior players, and maybe some of them aren't in the best form for their provinces. How much are you trying to get them back to their best form for Ireland?
Well, if you can't get to your best form playing for your country, then we're doing something wrong. So that's obviously the aim. I mean, everyone always has peaks and troughs throughout the season, but I suppose with the game time that they've had under the belt now, and obviously some haven't, some coming back into the squad who have been out injured for quite some time, but they're experienced players. But yeah, I think everyone would expect to come into camp. I also feel, at the end of this big block of 10 games, 10 weeks, it's a nice, fresh start to a new year. You would have thought, coming into the Six Nations, and we hope to see that bounce.
Do you have any concerns that Ireland can't get back to their best like they were in 2023?
No, I mean that team's different. I mean, every team goes through different periods, because people are always going to retire, be injured, or lack of form, in form, all of that. So that was a different team. But if you're asking me where can we get to, I think we can get to that type of place 100%, because what's the point if you didn't have the ambition to do that? You know, we in that period though, we play some pretty special rugby. Are we aiming to do any less? No, we're not, that's for sure. So you know, we've 16 guys there who are less than 10 caps or whatever. We need to get their experience into the squad, and everyone has to go through the learnings. But to say where it is that we're trying to get to, is obviously we're trying to be the best that we possibly can be, and that's at the top of world rugby.
You talk about learnings. There certainly will be in the scrum. No Andrew Porter or Paddy McCarthy. Bowen's in. Ireland need to produce more scrummagers. It's certainly going to be a challenger, isn't it, Andy?
Oh, well, I mean, I suppose it's a little bit unprecedented, really, isn't it? You know, I mean, poor Jack Boyle and Paddy, really, like two young lads who were trying to learn the trade at international level. And, you know, if you ever wanted two lads to get an experience in the Six Nations, it would be them two, wouldn't it? To experience this type of campaign and the pressures that go with it. But unfortunately for them and for us, that's not to be. But again, it gives other people opportunities. Jeremy Lockman has been in the room before, and he would obviously love a chance to reinstate himself. And Mikey Milne made the move to Munster for a reason, to play more rugby, you would have thought, and hopefully give himself a chance. So here's the chance coming up, isn't it? And you know, for Billy, well, what a story. Yeah, he's obviously from good stock there with his granddad. So I hear all about him. Obviously, I've watched him with the 20s and his progress there for Connacht. But what a story. It's come a little bit sooner than he would have probably thought. But at the same time, what a prospect, and we're super excited about him as well.
And with the World Cup, in 20 months' time, how do you balance trying to win this championship, giving guys chances, which you're doing with Billy and a few others, but also blooding players for Australia? Well,
this is going to be interesting, this campaign, because you know this is the first campaign that I've been involved in the Six Nations where there's only one foul week. So you know the attritional game of international rugby is going to take its course, but that's what happens in World Cups as well. So you're obviously going to see how that pans out, and what that takes to out of your squad, etc. down the line. So, but to answer your question, I think, well, I mean, we want to win every game, don't we? Surely we don't want to throw anything. So we want to be as competitive as we possibly can, and that's you know, I've never been a coach who tries to shy away from say, hopefully we're good enough to finish second or third or whatever, and you know we'll learn from that, and we're good at. Of course, we'll learn from every experience, but we still want to win. We still want to win. Other teams have a say in that, though.
What gives you the belief and hope that Ireland can go and win this championship?
Well, I always believe that you know the strength of a team is showing each other that you can be better than what the individual thinks he can get to. So we need to prove to ourselves that we're able to go beyond our own expectation, and that's has to be the ambition. Otherwise, you know, there's no point in being average, is there? So we're a team. We're a team. We class ourselves as being all in, everyone in it together. And you know, we might not have the individual brilliance of some of the countries as far as athletes or whatever, but we're smart and we're skillful and we're fit and all of that, and that adds up to being a good team.
Andy, all the best.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.